This show is supported by Odoo. When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Taking care of your eyes shouldn't be a hassle. That's why Warby Parker is a one-stop shop for all your vision needs. Our prescription glasses and sunglasses are expertly crafted and unexpectedly affordable. Stop by a nearby store or use our app to virtually try on frames and get personalized recommendations. Did we mention we offer eye exams and take vision insurance too? For everything you need to see, head to your nearest Warby Parker store or visit warbyparker.com today. That's warbyparker.com.
Friends beyond binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster who's going to go off topic, who's going to get mixed up. I have a catalog of imperfections that take me, and I get mixed. Yeah, nobody said, like, I'm here really to list a bunch of stuff, read through a catalog. Actually, we're going to be reading through some flyers tonight. Some toy flyers, and taking a look, checking it twice. Believe me, we're going to find out if if you ever wondered who Teddy Ruxpin is, or you say, I never needed to know, you're in the right spot. You say, I'd prefer to just listen to someone ramble about that stuff. Well, my sense is about as fuzzy as Teddy Ruxpin, because Teddy Ruxpin's like a plush. And yeah, so I'm here. This is Sleep With Me. It's a podcast that's here to keep you company while you fall asleep. So glad you're here. If you're a regular listener, so glad you're back. This is really a podcast. It does take some patience getting used to it. So if this is your first time here, give it a few tries, because I'm just here to keep you company so that you could fall asleep, to make the deep, dark night a little bit less lonely. And I'm strange, I'm silly, I'm here to be your bore friend. What we got coming up is support. That's how the show comes out free twice a week. You don't got to worry about paying for it. Then there's a long, meandering intro. That is meant to ease you into bedtime. Not so much to put you to sleep. And then later on, we'll read through some Toys R Us flyers from the 80s. And, carry you off in bedtime. So I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, if you already strongly dislike this show, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. But there's so many people that this podcast helps. I hope you could be one of them. But it does take, it takes a couple tries to get used to the show, because it's never going anywhere. But I'm glad you're here, and I really hope we can help you fall asleep. And these sponsors are how we're able to do it for free twice a week. All right, everybody, Scoots here. This is a holiday episode where we go through some toy flyers and catalogs. And so it kind of does talk about conspicuous consumption in the holiday season. So if that's not your thing, you could, there's over 600 episodes ready to go in the archives you could check out as well. But for a lot of people, this is a trip down memory road. And this year, I don't think we've ever done this either. One of the things did not download. Well, that's strange. Well, we'll figure that out. Don't worry, everybody. That's unfortunate. I bet you it overrode it. So, but that's okay. I have it on my, sorry, a little behind the scenes. So we're going to be talking about Toys R Us, which we did not have a Toys R Us where I grew up, but we did have WPIX, which is a huge part of my childhood and growing up, and really offered something I think that is hard to get nowadays, which is this sense of regionality in a region you don't live on a regular slow drip basis, because WPIX was a local New York City station, but it was available in Syracuse, which is, I would say, when I say very far, I mean it in context. Like it's a full day drive to New York City from Syracuse, where I grew up. And so WPIX offered a window into a whole nother world, the world of not just New York City, but day-to-day New York City local television. And that included local commercials, which have come up on this podcast before. Only a couple ones I'll point out. Eddie's Electronics. Eddie had another Eddie's Croissant Electronics, which was like a meme long time ago. Carvel ice cream with Fudgy the Whale and other things like that. And this is only local for people, a lot of people. I mean, New York's one of the biggest metropolitan areas in the United States, so a lot of people will relate. Lullaby of Old Broadway, the Milford Plaza, and Toys R Us. I mean, there was other ones that I'm sure will trickle out of my memory, but we only had Lionel, Kitty City, and KB Toys. Now, KB Toys was a mall toy store, and Lionel Kitty City was a standalone toy store. It was on the other side of town from Syracuse. So again, contextually, far enough away from our house, so we rarely went there. Most of our toy shopping was done at Ames, probably, or I don't know. I have to check in with my family to get to the bottom of it. But we never. To my knowledge, I mean, at some point there was Toys R Us in Syracuse, but so I guess I could look at that history at some point, but or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. I mean, I do know at some point there was, because Toys R Us tried another thing, Babies R Us, where you were getting stuff for babies, not you weren't getting, obviously baby stuff R Us, like stuff for Babies R Us doesn't quite fit in there. Because I remember going to Babies R Us with, like when in registering for stuff and looking at like changing tables and stuff when we were expecting my daughter. So anyway, Toys R Us was something aspirational to me. I mean, they had Joffrey, I think, and like Lionel Kitty City did have a great slogan. So if you want to YouTube any of this, Toys R Us thing was, I'm a Toys R Us kid. That was pretty burned in brains of 80s people everywhere in the region of, that watch as much TV as I did. And then Lionel Kitty City would turn your frown upside down. And I assume what happened was, now I know there's like a bunch of articles because I was unable to find any Lionel Kitty City flyers that I could readily use for the podcast. So I couldn't do that, but, well, let's see. So, but I did find some Toys R Us flyers, but yeah, Lionel Kitty City would turn your frown upside down. Okay. So we'll start here. The good news is the first flyer we're starting with is the older flyer. And it's from 1987. And it's a holiday flyer. Now, here's the thing. According to this flyer, this Toys R Us was open till midnight. And I got this on archive.org. And it talks about the hot toys in stock. And remember, this was the 80s. It was a different time. But so the hot toy of the 87 was Nintendo or Sega. But the thing is, on the front cover is a boy in an Oxford shirt. I guess Alex P. Keaton was still looming large. And I don't know if, again, you'd have to look into other histories. This may have been one of the first years that the Nintendo Entertainment System was available. Wait, so Nintendo was 64K and Sega was 128K? I don't know. This is interesting stuff already. I don't know. So there's a boy, but he's like very formally dressed, playing with his Nintendo, playing Birdwatch. Well, they called it Duck Watch because it was just watching ducks. That was one of the games included. And it came with a set of binoculars where you would watch ducks. Like that was the entire game. And it looks like also the Sega system, 128 system, also comes with binoculars. Oh, yeah, this one's called Forest Friend Watch. So they also came with the game, quality graphics. But so at first, they and you've seen consoles over the years try this where they sell it as a package deal. And this was the first NES package, I believe. So it came with the binoculars so you could play Duck Watch. And then it came with another game. Goonies 2. So there was a Goonies 1, I can't see the name of the thing, but it came with this robot with like spinning tops. I'm not kidding either. Like maybe the binoculars. You see, Scoots, I know what you're saying. But it came with seemingly a robot with spinning tops. We never had that. We did have the binoculars. And my Nintendo story, I think, has been told in live shows and in some manner on this podcast before, but I don't know when or where. But so the Nintendo Entertainment System, the full package, which, Rob the Robot Playmate, control deck, 2 controllers, the zippy binoculars, and 2 game packs. That was $140, $139.97. And then just the control deck, 2 controllers, and Super Mario Brothers. So here's the thing. You're better off just with Super Mario Brothers. That was $79.97. So I guess it was just, I mean, I can't imagine they were doing it to make more money because of the cost of the robot and stuff. So I don't know. And then they had Rygar, which my friend had. Rygar had Rygar. That was $34.99. Now, Rygar, I remember my friend Charlie had that game. Had the most beautiful sunset that you ran against for the whole game. It was like a 2D game. Then Goonies 2, a cartridge. So apparently this is the second Goonies game. That's $29.99. So maybe these had been out for a while because they're already selling the Sega 128K system. And that one is $99.99. 2 cartridges, Hang On and Forest Friend Watch. It's a dual cartridge. Had both games on there. Colorful, arcade quality graphics. What else were the toys of this season? Well, I'll tell you. A vacuum cleaner. Fisher-Price Magic Vac. Makes realistic sound as dust puffs fly through the see-through tank. Ages 2 to 5. Oh, the robot needs 4D batteries, by the way. I just noticed that. And that was $12.99. Now, this one, like, talk about style coming around. Oh, boy, what a deal. Holy mackerel. So if you do time travel, I highly recommend this other one. Not even to, just for a good deal. I'm not even saying keep it in the box. But what do I say? Hey, Barbie. And this Barbie says, I'm a fun time Barbie. And I come with my own watch. So this Barbie is only $9.99. And it's ages 3 and up. There's more than one version available. And it comes with like something like it's a digital watch, but in the style of a Swatch watch. And Barbie's kind of in a denim. I can't quite, the scan is not great. So she's in some sort of like, well, maybe not denim. Like something you would either like short shorts and then a shirt with a, like a graphic on the front that matches a watch. And then either boots or leg warmers. I can't tell from the scan. But like something that could be like that Barbie could pull off today. I mean, like kind of like what Ken was wearing in the Barbie movie a couple different times. So this might go, you know what they say? If it looks good on Gosling, this is a truism within my brain that I have to, if it looks good on Gosling, remember, it looks good on Gosling. And they say, oh, bummer. But in this case, you'd say, if it looks good on this Barbie Fun Time Barbie, probably look good on Gosling. That's not to say it wouldn't look good on anybody else, but practically a guarantee. Put this on Ryan Gosling, I mean, it will look good. But that's also a truism. You can use it in an empowering way. It's just like a way of clarity. Say, if it looks good on Gosling, oh, it looks good on Gosling. It's kind of like it's a neutral thing. I mean, it's positive for Ryan Gosling, but it doesn't mean it has to translate to me, right? Like it just took me, it took me literally, well, it didn't take me, it just took me today to realize that, but because I have never tried that, but now I won't try it. Now I won't look at pictures of Ryan Gosling. And I've just saved myself so much futility by accident. Like maybe there's a time traveler from the future that said, don't bother looking at pictures of Ryan Gosling and trying to model your fashions and looks after him. Because if it looks good on Gosling, looks good on Gosling. You don't got to worry about him. So Barbie, or Borby, is in this case Barbie, or Alan. It would look good on Alan too. I mean, it'll look good on Barbie. It looks good on Barbie. I mean, I think that's how we got talking about him. So that's $9.99. I mean, that's an incredible deal, in my opinion. It comes with a watch and a doll and a new outfit. If you already have Barbies, and she's also wearing pretty big earrings. Okay, they do have something for everyone on this page, because next up is Transformers Technobot gift set. And this is the most awesome changing robots, 5 and up. And this one is basically another Voltron or like super robot. It doesn't have any details, but it looks like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 Transformers that become one, I think. Yeah, it seems to be. That become one giant robot. And it doesn't have them it just has a giant robot, and one is in some sort of spaceship. It looks like one of them is a cement mixer. That's pretty standard. Another one could be a crane. We may have had that one. Maybe one of my brothers had this whole thing. I don't remember it, but okay. Next up is the Worlds of Wonder. Like my dad's not much into stocks, you know. And, you probably don't know that. You say, okay, Scoots. But as a kid, he rarely talked about this kind of stuff. But when he saw Teddy Ruxpin, and this is not a bit either, I'm not kidding. And he didn't put a bunch of money into it because he had 6 kids to feed and, whatever, clothes. But when he saw Teddy Ruxpin, he literally said, for the first time in my life, I'm going to buy stock. That's the most sensible thing. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm sure Russell will find great articles about it. When you think about, and again, I guess I'm on a tangent. Okay, let's cover the Little Boppers and then go on the tangent. The Little Boppers are 1999. Some of them are still enduring. So there's 2 Muppet Babies, Kermit and Miss Piggy. Then there's Donald Duck and Minnie. They seem to be a younger version. I'll be honest, they look cheap. Oh, they dance along with sound activated 3 and up. And then there's a Little Bopper Teddy Ruxpin, so not the original Teddy Ruxpin. Oh yeah, they all must dance or sing, and they come with batteries. So here's the thing. So my dad saw this Worlds of Wonder, and I can totally agree with him now that he said, okay, wait a second. So there's a toy that, I don't know, maybe we'll see how much the original Teddy Ruxpin is, but there's a toy that is an animatronic, and we had never been to Disney World at this point as a family or individually, and nobody. So we hadn't even seen anything other than Chuck E. Cheese animatronics in our life. But there's something that give you a child-size animatronic in your home that you could take home and your child could play with. That's groundbreaking. And here's the irony. So now it's whatever. This was what year? Okay. 87. So 07 would be 20 years. 17 would be 30 years. So what are we talking? 30 something, we're coming up on, we'll get to 40 years ago. And I dare say that they haven't, so you had, other than Tickle Me Elmo, just the idea that Teddy Ruxpin, had all the quality, if you put Teddy Ruxpin out today, I guess it would be a matter of marketing and pricing and quality. But home animatronics, other than, there's been a giant leap forward starting maybe in 2018 for seasonal outdoor home animatronics. So I'm sure that'll go through to playing. I guess the thing is you can't play with an animatronic, so that's maybe where they went wrong. But I'm just saying, no wonder we don't have flying cars. Teddy Ruxpin is still would be kicking rears, as far as I was going to say something about current theme parks and stuff, but it's I mean, Teddy Ruxpin, like like would have been. You'd say, what did you buy? Like, if there was no such thing as somehow a spell was cast and all our memories of Teddy Ruxpin were gone, which is probably true for a majority of listeners. They're like, Teddy who? Teddy Ruxpin was an animatronic toy. Also, Tickle Me Elmo was an animatronic toy. I don't know what this generation, like, of the people, like, because Tickle Me Elmo, you'd be in your, like, late 20s, right? So, yeah, I guess, like, I don't know what was after Tickle Me Elmo, though. Also, other examples, Scoots. Okay, Billy Bass. There was also some sort of robot that came out at the time of Teddy Ruxpin. I guess all I'm saying is whatever. Okay, so next page is music stuff. So this was, the 80s were a time of keyboards, man, and the keyboards and piano lessons were going to change people's lives. And I guess they were hot holiday toys because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different keyboards. And the prices range from $220 to $40. $40 one? Great question. That's a Muppets keyboard. I would take that. 29 color-coded keys, 10 rhythms. Doesn't say if it has any sound effects. Oh, it does. Sight and sound cartridges available separately. It's a Muppet Babies one. The ad doesn't correctly, I gotta Google this. Okay, I have it in a tab now. Okay, so it's a $40 one. I had one that was like one step below that. Then you have, the expensive one is a Casio. There's also a couple of Yamahas, the 219 one comes with the 49-key polyphonic organ, 8 drum pads, 12 rhythms, and batteries. Then they have different stereo systems. Is that a triple deck player? I don't know what you do with 3 tape decks, but a triple cassette recorder and player, man. Triple your cassettes, 6 C batteries, $60. Oh, this was a model. I didn't know Toys R Us sold Grand Prix. So GRANPRIX. That was an electronics brand. That was like, I guess similar to nowadays we do have electronics brands like this. They don't sell consumer electronics like this, but that's you buy your like battery pack from. A couple of them start with different A's. I mean, I use them. So it's or like phone accessories, but Grand Prix, or Grand Prix, as we probably called them, not in like just because I didn't know how to pronounce anything. Like if you couldn't afford like a brand name like Sony or Casio, you would get like if you like we went to Phase, I would buy Grand Prix stuff, Grand Prix. This one comes with a built-in condensed mic. It's a dual cassette player, $44.99. Then there's an AM/FM radio, Sony Walkman cassette player, $40. Oh, Worlds of Wonder VCR action game with a Birdwatcher. Then they sold things, Express It answering machine for your school locker. That's $39.99. You could buy additional activator. Synsonics guitar with a built-in amp at $99.99. Now here's the one I have. I've tried to repair these. I bought them during 2020 when I was home. Fisher Price tape recorder, $36.99. Probably saw a lot of these in your classrooms if you're growing up in the 80s or even the 90s. Okay, page 2, we've got Tiger Electronics, pinball, football, skeet shoot, and baseball. These things were the worst gift ever. I mean, they were handheld electronic games. Maybe this is where you wonder when you're an adult and you lose touch. This was all style over substance. The great marketing and packaging by Tiger and probably the right price point, but the games, like literally, if you played it for 5 minutes, and then if you're really like, sometimes I'd play it obsessively, but that's only like when it was for some other reason other than the joy of playing the game. I guess what I'm saying is there's no joy in Tiger Electronics games. I'm sure that there's something out there that was great, but for the most part, those are $14.99. So then Nintendo must have been out for a while because here's like everybody. So you had that VCR game. Here's another VCR quarterback or basketball game. Another thing, if you're from the past and you somehow are listening to this podcast, don't buy any VCR-based games or DVD-based games after. Maybe at Goodwill for 50 cents or $2 or at a garage sale. Even then, probably not. Then there used to be something called Intellivision. At this point, it was called INTV System 3. Then they had Atari 2600. That was still $50 back then. I mean, that's wild when you could get a Nintendo with Mario Brothers for $20 more. Again, here I am. If we do get the technology, just send this episode into the past, man. How about this? We'll just pretend for the rest of the episode I'm actually like we'll pretend there's podcasts in 1987. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that because only with time travel does it make it okay for me to review products like this, because otherwise it's just not in my wheelhouse. But since we're pretending, here's one, Talking Whiz Kid. It's video technology. Teaches math, spelling, and reading, 5 and up. That's $59.99. Then Connor Computer Smarts, $99.99 with VHS. And we had other things, how to learn stuff. Alfie 2 was like a robot for 3 to 8-year-olds to learn. Then the Texas Instruments had a bunch of stuff. This was a Math Star, Flashing Stars. I think it taught you math. Oh, yeah, Math Star, obviously. 6 to 11. Music Major was a keyboard. It has a microphone, animal sounds, 4 and up. Open till midnight. That's also on there. And then there's a cartoon of Joffrey. He has coffee and he's recording and playing music. Then Fisher Price Spelling Starter. These are $49.99, 9 functions. Okay, this looks really cool. As far as like, especially when you get like, so this is Play School Lil Entertainer, $77.77. It looks like it comes with a stool. Fisher Price made some, this is Play School, not Fisher Price. Sorry. Whoops. But it 3 instrument sounds, 25 keys. It seems to have a microphone. It needs 60 batteries, 3 and up. So kind of like your own, like synth station. I don't know. The girl doing it looks very happy. Then an AM wireless microphone, sing along with the AM radio. We've covered those before. A saxophone, looks like it's made of plastic, but again, the scan could be bad. It's a P-roll, Rockin' USA sax for the 4th of July, I guess. I mean, it's only $9.99, so may not, it has moving valves, though. Then there's P-roll's Rockin' USA super guitar, nylon strings, 6 strings songbook. Look at, this one's funny. Completely metallicized, also not electric. All right, then we have board games. Man, this is a flyer that keeps on giving. How about it? Okay, this is Dizzy Dinosaur, $11.99. Super Jock Football, ages 6 and up, $10.99. Outburst, $19.99. That's kind of still a popular style game. Jeopardy, $12.97. That's a pretty good deal, I think. I don't know. There's a game, Therapy the Game. I'm not kidding. $15.99. And it has someone lying down and someone talking to them. And that's all, you could start playing therapy at age 10 and up. If only I knew. Deluxe Uno, $6.49. Hi-Ho Alphabet, 3 to 6, ages 3 to 6, $6. Boggle Bowl, doesn't have any, that's from Parker Brothers, $13.99. Deluxe Wheel of Fortune, $16.99. Parker Brothers Instant Replay. It looks like there's 3 people playing, an adult and 2 children. Let's see if I can zoom in. A spinning Double Trouble challenge game. That's $11.99. Fast Facts, FAX, but I think it's FACTS. It's supposed to be $9.99. Foam Dart Game, $5.97. The new Newlywed Game. This one says M. Newlywed Game. Newlywed Game. The old Manewlywed game. Skee ball, Skittle bowling, not anything to do with Skittles either. That was $8.99. Solar Quest, that looks like one of the games you can pick up in Starfield. Like, there's 2 games. I'm not kidding either. Like, the cover's obscured, but it does look like it. And then a game, catching little buddies, $12.97. Fake pool table, never get these. If you're listening to this in the past, so $39.99. Electric football, never. I've seen the ads for this. I've seen it at kids' houses that I was friends with, and never seen it, never played it. I don't know if it can be played. $35.99. Stanley Cup playoff hockey. This was like kind of similar to foosball, but these were not well made, so you're better off playing at an arcade. $39.97. Home air hockey, air hockey, $69.99. Don't save your money. $15.99 home pinball. Again, these things are better off. You're better off giving somebody money to play at an arcade. At foosball, same thing. Oh boy, here's one that's a celebrity. I don't know what movie from now anymore, but an adorable. So it's a plastic ball, and it's a cute electronic friend who scurries on command. Our ham buddy. And that's $24.99. I know this has appeared in films before, but I can't think of what film. But this thing actually worked. I mean, it did. It would just like, it would run in the ball, and the ball would roll around the room randomly. And because it was a ball and it always moved forward, it wouldn't really get stuck very much. And here it is. And I would say this is the deal of the century. I would buy all of these because there's a lot of talking things. It like $39.99. There's okay, we have other ones, but this is this is baby Teddy Ruxpin. It responds with more, so we'll get to the main Teddy Ruxpin main event coming up here, but this one's $39.99. If people would have bought these, I don't know if my dad probably only had one or two shares, but. So that's from Worlds of Wonder. Here's the competitors. Animal Fair has Chatley Talk lots, which look like they have a 4-second memory and repeat everything. Talk about test and patience, but those were $19.99. And they kind of are different. There's 3 different ones, orange or peach, grape colored, and then not turquoise, but a bluish, something bluish gray, $19.99. Then Alf, $69.99 from Coleco. Storytelling Alf tells funny stories. Then there's a baby Biggie Bear. This one doesn't talk though. It's 26 plush with gripping paw, bib, and diaper, and it looks cute, but it's $26.99. And then this one, so this is one of the softest places in my heart. This was a Sport Popple, Poppless. I think they had their own show. I remember buying one of these for my brother with my mom. I picked it out for Easter. It would roll up into a ball. It was just a plush that you could roll into a ball or unroll. That was their power in the cartoon. It was from Mattel. This one has a $2 rebate, $19.99 plus you get $2 rebate. Then we have these. These are from Arco. It says Barbie and the Soft Rocking Friends, but I don't know what has to do with Barbie because they're all like poofy. They don't look like they're related to Barbie at all. Then Benji from Fun Farm, which I don't think this show is even on repeats anymore, but it was $9.99. Comes with an engraved Benji tag and a plastic brush. From Mighty Star, you got Phantosaurs. Like it's a yellow dinosaur. Looks kind of like a brontosaurus. $11.99. Must be more than one you could buy because they're 12 to 14 inches, all ages. Then from Tonka, and my sister was waiting for one of these puppies, waiting for you to take them home. These furry pups need a lot of love. It comes with a carrier and a collar, and I think it came with a certificate, too. Kind of like a Cabbage Patch, but for dogs. From Fisher-Price, we had Puffalumps, which was a cow, pig, bear, or bunny with removable clothes. So if you want to wash your kids' clothes, stuffed animals' clothes, it looks like they're in pajamas, so maybe they came with daytime clothes, $19.99. Then from Kenner, fur floppy puppies. They're like, I don't know, looks like some sort of fantasy being the one they're showing. 7.5-inch furry friends, each with its own special personality. This one looks somewhat like a lion and a dog if it was purple from another planet or from a movie like Neverending Story or something. Okay, but here we get into the big quarter of the page Worlds of Wonder spot. And this is where we get into the legit stuff. Worlds of Wonder talking toy. It has a talking toy. There's two of them. So this was Teddy Ruxpin's sidekick, which we didn't have, but I think one of my siblings had a Teddy Ruxpin. Couple strange choices. One, Teddy Ruxpin is dressed in some sort of smock. So I guess if I'm already, like, if I'm trying to help people from the past, and I guess, like, what if my dad's stock, like, I guess then we wouldn't have the podcast, right? So luckily, time travel is not, like it's like in the future when time travel exists, I'm not allowed to do it. So like I'm a special, like when you see, when you get into the future and you see all that, you'll see like right under the stuff about rule 1, scooter, also known as blah, 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 blah. No, like, and then it repeats it again. Section, I mean, who would have thought, section 1A under time travel, it just, so, I mean, you say, what's your claim to fame? Well, in the future, I won't be allowed to time travel or have anything to do with time travel. Also, you commit to not thinking about me, but then they also have a process so you don't think about me since it just came up. But honestly, and talk about, you say, Scoots, where'd you get all that great humility you have? Well, they showed me a video in the future when they told me I couldn't, they said, where people said, who? Like, so it wasn't a problem. I said, don't you have a machine? Because once they start thinking about me, once they keep thinking about me, when you send them to, and they said, no, this is what happens. They say, who? Why is he 1A? And they say, just read 1B, and then they say, move on to section 2. So, like, I guess they're kind of looking for, like, the outliers, like the one, I said, what is it, like 1 in a million that somebody knows who I am? And then they had you've never seen a boardroom full of, like, the equivalent of the TVA and the Marvel show, but real. Their authorities of time travel. They laughed and they said, let's take a lunch break. And every single person patted me on the back and said, thank you, thank you. So I said, not a 1 in a million. Okay, 1 in a billion. And finally somebody just sat me down and said, don't worry, it's never happened yet. But just in case, obviously, we can't have you traveling around. So that's great news, by the way. You don't have, like you say, I'm just here to tell you, like, I'm not like, I'm only here to, like, podcast still works, I guess. Nobody remembers. So, but the authorities do, just like, so that's great. But so Teddy Ruxpin's $39.99. This is the original. I mean, it might be the second thing. This is actually pretty good pricing, I think. I mean, again, I'm talking about a home animatronic that works. I mean, I think only his eyes and his mouth work, and I don't know for how long. 15 inches, comes with a cassette and a storybook, needs 4C batteries, ages 3 and up. And you can buy additional storybook and cassettes for $9.99, which again, I'd say, yeah, you probably need 4 more, so then you're at 50. So, I mean, does get pricey. And then this is, again, not a bit. This is the real name of Teddy Ruxpin's sidekick. So I'm going to be literal here, and I'm not kidding. Grubby. It's a lovable octopede who talks and sings, works only with Teddy Ruxpin. So I don't know how they communicate. Probably infrared. And again, that's not a joke. It doesn't say. So maybe Teddy Ruxpin, built into Teddy Ruxpin's back was a tape player. And so Grubby, Grubby is a yellowish orange color. It actually has, Grubby has 6 legs and 2 arms and a tail and 2 antennae and a mouth and spots. Looks somewhat friendly. I mean, yeah, totally cute. I mean, right now the look at Grubby's face is not the best, but also Teddy Ruxpin's looking down. So again, maybe they should have got another photographer. Okay, now next page we've got, there must have been somebody, there's a Heart of the Family. I don't know if this is Barbie related because it is from Mattel. They got the Hart family stroller, the Hart family car, Hart family cuddle gift set, Hart family playground. Then you got Barbie house party. You got My First Barbie. Oh, a generic. Here we got some generic Barbie play sets from Meredith. I'm not kidding. A hot tub patio set, $11.99. These things are good to have. And then a doll sports car, a deluxe sedan for 2 11.5-inch dolls. Guess who's 11.5 inches? Oh, interesting. This says Barbie House Party, but it's made by Arco. You just got to be careful of the quality of this stuff. Then you got Barbie's Glamour Home. We're all familiar with this one. $69.97, 2 stories, roof garden and patio. Some reason, we'll do one more. Barbie's Townhouse. I think my sister had this one. European styling with coordinated interiors. Here's the thing. It doesn't come with anything. It's just 3 floors and an elevator and like backing. So you need this, you need the other stuff. $28.99. Then a couple play kitchens. Nothing better than a play kitchen for a kid. You probably get it at a garage sale though. This is a little Tykes one, $39.99. This may have been the one we had in our house. Or this one is Kids Kitchen for $34.99. Always priced right. Now we've got some My Little Pony stuff. Well, I had no idea what this would do. Here's a pep rally set, 668. Libby Lee makeup sets. We've got scooters and bikes. Oh, here's Big Wheels, 11-inch Big Wheels from Empire, $15.99. Little Muppets Muppet Baby Playhouse. By the way, I love Muppet Babies. They made my dreams come true. Muppet Babies, do-wop, and gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Toy box, more bikes, 10-speed. That was what we always dreamed of. Power Wheels, Power Wheels, $159.97. Radio Flyer Wagon, $29.99. Okay, this is like smaller kids stuff, Crayola and Play-Doh. Oh, yeah, this was something. These were these rubber wrestlers. This must have been an early version of it because they don't look the same. I think my siblings had these. They had managers, mischievous masterminds, and then Stretch, kind of like Stretch Armstrong, $12.99. The Bionic Six, I don't know who they are. Masters of the Universe, 1986 figures, $296 each. What? That's a deal. $296. Because they're from last year? Wow. Thundercats, $18.99. Oh, that's for one of the things. The figures are $11.99. So think about what a deal that is. There's 6 different 1986 figures. Couple other figures from other things that I don't know if are still around. Oh, Ghostbusters. Dustbusters. Silverhawks. I kind of remember that show. Raiders of the Air. Mad Balls. I'm not making any of this up here. Motor City playset. Tonka stuff. Oh, then what are these things called? Slot car racing, right? There's a lot of them with loops even. Then train sets. Science labs with slime. There was a lot of these microscopes. Back when I was a kid, they didn't have STEM or whatever, but they did. There was a big. Everybody needed a microscope and a telescope. That was he said it. Well, you know what my kid needs that'll make it right? A microscope. I mean, we did have fun with them, but I don't know how many kids became scientists. Lionel Train, $197. Mets uniform, $19.99. Could get other teams. Michael Jordan basketball, $14.96. Dan Marino football, $11.99. They had remote control cars. Wait a second. I think we might have had one of these. Then they have different video games. So this was Nintendo had been around for a while. Because some games are already .2. Yeah. So, wow, interesting. And even more video games. Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. Trying to think any other. Oh, there's TNC, skating. There's a couple roller skating games. Then we get back into, Atari had a 7800. Oh, yeah, this is Sega. So my friend had this Sega 128 because he had this game Afterburner, this other game. And then, hang on. Okay, more trains, more remote cars. What I'm really interested in is the time, like how it's open till midnight. I'm hoping to get to that part. Galoob. There used to be a toy company called Galoob. 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 There's also Matchbox cars. Oh, there used to be collectible basketball and football players. I remember some of my siblings had these, $3.99, but they're not they're more collectibles. Bone Age, that was like another must have been brief show. Then M to the A to the S to the K, that was another kind of Transformers G.I. Joe thing. Here we go. I guess I had stopped playing with toys at this point, but they had the G.I. Joe Mobile Command, $44.99, multi-level playset. I would have loved that. It looks like something that Jawas would be in from Star Wars. G.I. Joe figures, $269 each. Rolling Thunder. Then, is that from... Are those... So this was G.I. Joe's last era. Here's one. There's a couple Transformers. Then there's this thing. This is a sweet picture. The kid has on like what looks like yellow Chuck Taylors, 2 sets of leg warmers or socks. We had this, a Pogo Pal ball with 1L blaster. And there's a level 2 even for even better bounce. There's a ball, looks like the planet Saturn. So it's a ball with a platform around it, and you could jump on it. Then they have more electronic Etch-a-Sketches, Pictionary, Pictionary 2, Bible Pictionary, Balderdash. More games. Guess Who? We had that. Jenga was around already. Other games, Hands Down, Parker Brothers, baseball, electronic baseball game. Oh, it doesn't have the hours, though. Bummer. So it doesn't have the hours. Let me see if I can find the other one that came through here in the files. Okay, 1988. This one's from... Let me just get to the end of this and see if it has the store hours. Oh, yeah, this one does. Oh, no. Oh, that's the same one? Oh, so I guess that was the one we were looking at, 1988. Maybe they were both... Oh, yeah, so we did get both of them. Oh, so we went through both of them. That's cool. Because I was like, I had one. What happened was it just got, I had them in the same document, so it just inserted one. Because I was wondering why I thought it was good marketing that it repeated. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I did find the last page. It was, since it wasn't. Yeah, so these ones are open Monday through Saturday till midnight and Sunday till 10 p.m. So, you could do your toy shopping, man, as late as you wanted, which was cool. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I'm just paging through some of the stuff I went through a little bit faster. Oh, they have Mr. or Mrs. Potato had $3.97. Oh, we had this one, Animal Sounds Fisher Price Barn, $14.99. A red-nosed friend with giant shoes that doesn't have giant shoes in this case because it it's in a metal box and you slowly wind it and it comes out and says hello. How much is that? $8.97. Play-Doh Fun Factory. This was on a lot of ads. I think somebody eventually had this in my family. $5.99. Squeeze out 10 fun shapes with 2 cans of Play-Doh. Play-Doh Dustbusters kit with glow-in-the-dark vehicle and glow-in-the-dark Play-Doh. $9.99. Big builder set. You could build your own slide. $139.99. Lego battery run train set, $64.99. Dancing Animals Mobile, $19.99. Mobile, so you got if you know somebody that has a kid or is having a kid, get them a mobile, man. Kid it really helps. Racket from Class Act, racket locker shelves. Three shelves make up plenty of neat compartments for your locker from $14.99. What else we got? Let's see, 10-speed bikes were between $79.99 and $69.99. Though, free advice again from the future: don't buy your bike at a bike store. A lot of these bikes from these stores, they're inexpensive, but they don't have like repairable parts. So yeah, I think that's our toy coverage for this season. Really nice to get to visit a couple Toys R Us flyers to carry us through the season. Thanks and good night, everybody. All right, I want to thank everybody that signed up to become a patron recently. Let's see, I downloaded the wrong thing though, but I think I'll be all right. Let's see, Pete, thanks and good night. Elena, thanks and good night. And Tyler, thanks and good night. Samuel, wait a minute, looking at the wrong thing. Okay, anyway, sorry, I'll go through it in a different way because so some of these people signed up as paid patrons and some signed up as followers, but I downloaded the thing the wrong way. So thanks for Eric and Nora following the podcast. Thanks to Dawson for supporting the podcast. Thanks to Sasha for following the podcast. Thanks to Andy. Oh, here we go. Andy for becoming a patron. Thanks to Vanessa and Lisa for following the podcast. Thanks for Martin for becoming a patron and supporting the show. Thank you Samuel and Tyler for becoming patrons and supporting the show. And Pete, thanks for becoming a patron and supporting the show. It's a great way to help out the podcast is to support it directly. Whether through Sleep With Me Plus, sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, or people that supported the show originally on Patreon, or people that support the show on Apple Podcasts, or support our sponsors. That's really how we're able to be here for you. And, yeah, I really appreciate it. And what else do I need to know? You can support the show for free at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. I really appreciate that. Couldn't do it without you. And here's Scoots with a Tuck You In sponsor or asking for some support. And that's what enabled us to go from just those 200 episodes a few years ago to over 600 episodes in the free archives, too. So you can listen to ad-supported over 600 shows. Thanks and good night.